In just a moment, you're going to be listening to excerpts from one of Amazon's best-selling author's books. To get the full-length audio or written version, click on the links found inside of the description area on this page. Understanding emotional abuse. In order to heal from emotional abuse, you must first understand why it occurs and what pushes someone to become abusive. It is also important to more profoundly understand the issues that underlie abusive behavior and why people continue being in abusive relationships. Developing this insight will in turn help you understand yourself and the characteristic traits that you may need to address in order to get better. It is said that relationships and how we treat our partner are both, in a way, mirrors of who we are and how we view ourselves. Our history, that's to say, our family background and previous experiences with people, shapes who we are in conjunction with things like genetics and biological predispositions. We as children and eventually as adults learn more about ourselves and from beliefs about how deserving we are of love based on how others treat us. While this is not always ideal, this is the reality for the majority of people. Following that line of thought is not uncommon for abusers or victims of abuse to actually have a history of being abused as well. Many have sad lives, fraught with emotional turmoil of their own. Many are actually products of child abuse, dysfunctional families, and the like. They face emotional problems on their own, such as feelings of worthlessness, a damaged self-image, and the like. It is often these kinds of experiences that push them to become abusive later in life. Another effect of abuse in the home is emulation and modeling. Should a child witness abusive behavior on the part of parents, people that they look up to, they usually model the behavior and simply mimic what they see. They mistakenly think that abusive behavior is appropriate and often act the same way in their own relationships despite its destructive effect. This anger and resentment for people who are supposed to nurture them eventually comes out in appropriate ways. Continuing the cycle of abuse, they get into abusive relationships themselves, whether as the abuser or the abused. This concludes the sample. To get the full-length audio or written version, go to the description area now and click on the appropriate link.